All right, everybody. How's everything going? What is going on with my account? All right, let's try this again. All right, everybody. How's everything going? This is going to be my Wealthfront update. So this is one of my other accounts that I have, and I've been with this account since this time last year, actually. Uh, you know, plus a month. I joined this account as soon as I got out of debt. I didn't see the reason on even starting something like this until I was completely out of debt. So when I did, I threw the rest of the cash I had into this account, and then I've been contributing every month for a year now. And as you can see, man, I had some down areas, and now I'm finally starting to come back now. Um, but this account is probably the most basic account that I have, and it's what I was looking for, man. Um, Low fees. It takes the all the emotion out of investing, and I can focus on increasing my income so I can increase my savings rate. They have some basic information up here at the top that's pretty self-explanatory, um, and then your total amount that you have inside. Going down here to the chart, so they have your chart which has the amount that you have in the account. The blue line, which you can't really see, you can see it up here when it changes. Blue line is how much I had or my principal, and the yellow is my gains. Not in this month. I don't think anybody was doing good in that month though. Maybe if you've been investing for a while, it didn't matter, but I was still new-ish, so I was down about 2 grand. As you can see, man, that didn't stop me from adding money to the account. All right, I don't really care what the market does. You know, I'm only in my 20s. I'm like 27, bro. It don't matter to me. I continue to add to the account, and now I'm up like 2 grand. You know, so these dots down here represent different things that happen with the account. So whether it's when you put money in the account, when you got dividends back from the account, when you tax loss, this account does like daily tax loss harvesting if it meets certain criteria. I'm not 100% sure how the software works on this, um, but yeah. And then you got your long-term gains, which you can read that if you want, and then you got your short-term gains and what that qualifies. Tax loss harvested, and that's so high because of like that 20 the end of 2018, which it kind of saved me, man. When I went to go do my taxes, man, I got back more than I thought I would. Down here is my asset class. All right, it shows you what this software throws money to, the percentage wise. I don't control any of these. All right, I don't control how much money I throw in each of these. That's up for the software to do, and that's why I went with the company. Low fees, they do it for me. The only thing I do have control over is the risk score. All right, your risk score controls what percentage that goes in. As in, you change it to like I don't know 8, point 0, and it changes the percentages. You don't change the percentage; it changes it compared to what score you have. Dividend stocks. I know you guys were looking at that. I don't think it goes higher than 8%, bro. Regardless of what risk score you got. This I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it goes to like 10, but I don't think it goes past 10. Um, I've tried. But then I realized, man, this isn't for dividends. This account ain't for dividends, bro. All right, it's for long-term growth. I mean, yeah, I still do get dividends from all of these. I got dividends back from all of these. I got more dividends from these than I did from the actual freaking stock. Um, you can go into here and you can see closely on what they're actually putting your money into. And then if you want even more information, you can click it and it can take you straight to Vanguard ETF. Oh yeah, so it shows you the cost basics, market value, expenses, and shares. So this gives you like short, sweet, to the point. It gives you everything you're looking for. And that if you want more information, they give you an option to go look for it. Down here, portfolio line of credit. This is something offered to investors. I think what they account over 20,000. I'm not 100% sure. It may have changed. Um, it opened up to me at 20,000. It may be different for you. Not sure. But because of how much I got in my account, I'm able to borrow $10,000 at a 6% interest rate. And then there's more information on how they calculate that in this little paper right here. Um, and then your investment strategy. I opt into every single one of these um, because it all works together to benefit me. I see most people from some of the videos I saw, they were in all of them except for this last one because they charge a little more for that. But it doesn't activate until you have 100,000 in the account. So, and I probably won't reach that till maybe this time next year, maybe. Depends on how aggressive I get. And yeah, man, that's about it, bro. Tells you how many repeating deposits that you have and stuff, and that's about it, man. Pretty boring for the actual account itself. So, but if we go to the overview, this shows you all your accounts. Now, I'm not gonna put all my accounts because there's some information on here that I don't feel like deleting. I don't even know how to delete it, so I'm not gonna scroll down that much. But I can give you, the Fundrise account. You already know how much is in Fundrise. I just got my dividends back from Fundrise. I think it was like 1,300 or something. So, yeah, actually it was 1,300. So, let's see. Um, so you can go to this little calculator right here. Or actually, first, so this is like your retirement calculator. It tells you, an approximate of where you would be at, at a certain age. All right, and this little star right here is like the age that you want to call it. Um, I don't really have a set age. This is probably just when I'm going to stop adding money to this account because, as you guys can see, the 2 mil carries itself. If I'm even alive for that long, dude. Imagine what the world looks like at this age, my age. Probably like robots everywhere. Um, but let's go to the actual. You can dig deeper into that. So you can adjust this, man. You can adjust it lower to if you want to stop, doing it. I can stop at like 37 if I continue my path of what I'm doing. So right now I'm able to contribute 4 grand a month. Let me tell you, man, that ain't easy to do. All right, it may look like a big deal here, but that takes a lot of discipline, man, and a lot of like focus and hard work. Like I said, man, you got to increase your income and you need to increase that savings rate. That's why you're seeing these numbers, all right? Because I'm able to increase my savings rate. All right? It don't matter what returns I'm getting. I don't worry about returns until I get to this $1 million mark. And I'll explain that later on. But let me put this back. Let's see. If I waited till like 50 or something, to stop adding money to the account, which I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. That far out, that's way too far to freaking start guessing. Um, the solid line is the what I will have, and the dotted line is saying what I would need. So, whew, dude, if I'm not spending anything today, and you're saying I need like 500,000 just to freaking live, that tells you something, man. I mean, I actually don't know what that says. But this down here, you can mess around with too. So I don't have a mortgage, all right, because I don't have any debt. So, but if you did have a mortgage, you could put that here. You can actually link your home into there too, and it'll calculate, everything here. But this tells you how much you plan on spending in retirement from the account. Um, and let's just say I wanted to spend 5 grand a month on top of whatever my apartment rent was for some reason. You know, at 43, if I started doing that, I would still be good. It really wouldn't hurt me at all, even if I stopped adding money to the account. Um, I could spend 5 grand, I'll still be good. But who knows what I'm gonna do that far out, man? Who knows? So, but I don't mess with this. I usually just keep it at one of these. All these things are is they teach you about spending, and they have like some calculation that they do. All right. So one more thing I'm gonna hit up is there's like a what if calculator. So this thing, as you guys can see, man, you can pick each one of these, and you can see how it can affect you or affect your retirement goals. So I don't plan on receiving or doing any of these anytime soon. But let's say I wanted to buy a house. All right. So it's best if you link all your accounts. All right. This way they uh they can get a good reading. And then we're gonna go in to see what type of home I can afford. What do you know? A ridiculous amount. All right. I would never buy a home of that price. Uh, so this basically says in 3 years, in 2022, I will be able to afford a down payment of 190, right, for buying a home of over 800,000. All right, and they're saying I'm still comfortable and it doesn't even hurt my long-term plans. All right, and this software, man, is calculating these things within seconds, man. You know, and their software uses multiple um, services and sites to get this calculation. I think Zillow is one of them. I think they got like, don't quote me, but it's been a while since I read how they got all this stuff. I don't really use this, but let's see if I went over here to the orange. Let's see what it looks like. That's not orange. It's still yellow. Orange. So you notice I was saying like a stretch, so it's not impossible, but I could. Now it gets impossible when I start doing something strange. I mean, I think all this is strange, but you know, unaffordable, unlikely to qualify for a mortgage. But the thing is, that's only in 3 years, So if you go down here to this calculator, and that's also with me not increasing the amount of money that I save, which I tell you guys, you want to increase your savings rate, right? That's what matters. Um, let's say if I did buy something, it'll be more realistically like this. This is more realistic to me. 15 years, so I'm gonna do it. And it's saying I can afford a home. I can be comfortable affording a home with a down payment of 300,000 in 15 years. All right, probably still won't do it, but I could. And things are starting to get sketchy around this price. All right, that's if I didn't change this and I just kept it. Now, obviously, these numbers will change, and keep in mind I didn't put in the location, so I'm not really sure where this is set up at. But if I put like a location down in, I don't know, man, what's a cheap place that I can build a super castle for the cheap, you know? This is probably like some like I don't know what that is. But yeah, man, that's an example of one of the calculators. And as you can see, man, I left it at the 1.2, all right, in 15 years. And as you guys can see, man, that down payment, it barely did anything to me, you know. So this just goes to show you, man, like once you have a certain amount in the account, it won't even matter what the stock market does at that point, you know. So my goal was to have an abundance, man, in some of these accounts. This way, it ain't gonna matter what happens in life, man. Like you should be good as long as you keep your health up, stay out of trouble, stay on your path in your younger years. Which I'm gonna do a more in depth example of what it is I'm doing. But let me erase these. All right, and I'm gonna do one more example, just to let you guys See some, let's say saving up for a large expense. Let's call this expense. Yeah, 2019. All right, and I was gonna buy this, let's say next year. Now we know these things cost, especially that freaking I don't know if it's the premium version or whatever. Like I think it's like the Nismo. That thing was like 170, dude. But let's be realistic. And I bought like a used, you know, machine somebody was done with. So this says this expense decreases your net worth at retirement by 300,000. All right, and boom, it showed up there, and like I said, it dipped for like a second, and I went right back to it because of my savings rate. I was able to jump right back up there. So also understand when you go to pull money out of this account, Wealthfront asks you what you're trying to do with the money, and I'm pretty sure they ask you that so they can get like so they know how to which assets they have to sell to benefit you. So if you're taking money, they have an option to ask if you're taking it out for taxes, and if you're taking it out for other reasons. So um, I think that's about it, man. So yeah, man, that's about it. If you got any questions about Wealthfront, um, they got this nice resource page that you can look up. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, just hit me up in the comment section, man, and I'll do my best to answer your questions, bro. Um, Stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna go. I'm gonna try to do like a little PowerPoint slide in that next video, and I'm gonna talk more about investment returns versus savings rate. Um, and yeah, that's about it. Millennials lead the way.